The book of Genesis says that when God created mankind on the sixth day, he breathed into the dust and formed male and female in his own image and likeness. Humans are the epitome of his creation, unlike any other created being. We as humans mirror God. We reflect him. It's what gives us inherent dignity and worth. And even when our original parents rebelled in the garden, their sin could not hide God's image. Though tarnished, the image of God radiates through all who descend from Adam and Eve. The Bible declares that every human being, regardless of gender, heritage, ethnicity, or ability, is an image bearer of God. It's no wonder that King David marvels at this divine privilege given to us, declaring in Psalm 8, "When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars, which you have set in place." What is mankind that you are mindful of them, human beings that you care for them? And our God is more than just mindful of us. He loves us and has declared himself our protector. He warns in Genesis chapter 9 that murderers will be judged, because a person who murders destroys and a human being who bears God's image. Human life is sacred because it is a gift given by God to every person, including the weak and the vulnerable in need of protection. Sadly, though, the sacredness of human life is under attack from all corners. The baby in West Africa left to starve to death because his disability is considered a curse. The clinically depressed teenager in Europe who qualifies for doctor-assisted death, or the elderly woman in an unlicensed nursing home suffering from abuse, and the preborn girl who is aborted because prenatal screening showed that she had a disability. In the 5 decades following 1973, more than 62.5 million unborn babies were aborted, according to National Right to Life statistics. And a 2012 study by medical experts estimated that abortion rate for babies with Down syndrome, 67%. Oh. These babies and others with similar diagnoses were put to death, and their only crime was their disability. Prenatal genetic testing now precedes prenatal care, becoming the barrier between life and death, between care and permanent rejection. Abortion is the plainest example of the abuse of human dignity in our culture. And while our culture commends itself for its advances in human rights, it nevertheless continues the eugenic logic of the 20th century that believes mankind will become stronger by killing its weakest and most vulnerable members, including divine image bearers with disabilities. By refusing to accept all human life as a gift, our society rejects the disabled as burdens and tragedies. But no matter what society says, nothing can erase the God-given dignity and sanctity of each human life. Bearing the image of God confers a firm dignity and an absolute value upon human beings, which extends to the preborn child in the womb. As Psalm 139 describes, God meticulously knits each one of us together in our mother's womb. Oh, truly, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. There is a divine calling on the preborn as well. I mean, come on, we've got to marvel, right, at John the Baptist, filled with the Holy Spirit in the womb, rejoicing in utero when his mother Elizabeth met with Mary, expectant with the Christ child. And when I consider Mary and Elizabeth, I mourn for the mothers who are not given appropriate counseling when they receive a prenatal diagnosis that shows their unborn child may have a disability. Too often they are told that, quote, a child with a disability will burden your family, or a child with a disability will suffer too much in life. Whew. Pressure is put on the family to abort the child and to try again. Sure, disability has its many challenges, but as many families have learned, These children with disabilities are not a burden, but are often the biggest blessing to their parents, their siblings, and their community. Our world is worse without the gifts and perspectives of people with disabilities. And this is why I refuse to be silent on the issue of abortion. God has called Christians to advocate for those without a voice, for the many children who are killed prematurely. As Proverbs 30, verses 8 and 9 instructs, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Each of us are called to speak up and proclaim that all life, including disabled life, is a gift. And we know how to receive gifts, right? Always with joyful reception.